The world woke up to a familiar nightmare. Donald Trump, back in the Oval Office, slapped tariffs on a mountain of imports. We're talking electronics, cars, food, you name it. Vietnam got hit with a 46% tariff. China, 34%. Remember those trade wars Trump loved so much? They're back, baby. These tariffs are huge. We haven't seen anything like this in decades, and the scary part is nobody knows what Trump will do next. Trump's logic, same as it ever was, America first. He wants to shrink the trade deficit. He wants to protect American jobs. He thinks other countries are taking advantage of us. Sound familiar? It's the same old song and dance. But here's the thing, tariffs don't work that way. They rarely bring back jobs. Instead, they usually make things more expensive for everyone. And that's exactly what's happening right now. The stock market hates uncertainty, and Trump's tariffs? They're like a giant orange question mark. The Dow Jones plummeted, the S&P 500 tanked, even the price of oil went down. When oil gets cheaper, that's usually a sign that people are worried about a recession. It's not just the US either. Markets around the world are freaking out, because when America sneezes, the rest of the world tends to catch a cold. And right now, America has a nasty case of the tariffs. Economists are starting to use a scary word, recession. Goldman Sachs puts the chances of a US recession at 45%. JP Morgan says there's a 60% chance of a global recession. That's terrifying. This isn't some fringe theory either. CEOs are scared too. Larry Fink, the guy who runs BlackRock, they manage trillions of dollars, thinks we're already in a recession. See, tariffs lead to higher prices. Higher prices mean people buy less stuff. Businesses suffer. People lose their jobs. It's a vicious cycle, and Trump just kicked it into overdrive. Section 5, Consumers on Edge. Remember that new phone you were saving up for? Yeah, it just got more expensive. That car you need, price went up. Even your groceries are costing more. Thanks, tariffs. People are starting to cut back on spending. Restaurants are feeling the pinch. Airlines are worried about fewer travelers. The average American family is getting squeezed, and it's only a matter of time before they say, enough is enough. Section 6, Voices of Dissent. Not everyone is cheering for Trump's trade war. Ken Langone, the guy who co-founded Home Depot, called the tariffs bullshit. Kimball Musk, who sits on Tesla's board, said, they're a permanent tax on the American consumer. Even Elon Musk, the guy who loves to tweet, shared a video of Milton Friedman, the famous economist, explaining why tariffs are a bad idea. These aren't just random billionaires either. They're job creators. They understand how the economy works. And they're terrified of what Trump is doing. Section 7, A World on Guard. Trump might think he can bully other countries into submission, but it's not working. The European Union offered to drop their tariffs if the US did the same. Trump said no. Canada is so angry they filed a complaint with the World Trade Organization. Even Israel, America's closest ally in the Middle East, is worried. Over 70 countries want to negotiate with the US about these tariffs. But Trump doesn't seem interested in talking. He's like a bull in a china shop, and the global economy is the China. Section 8, Political Battle Lines. Even in Washington, people are pushing back against the tariffs. Congress tried to pass a bill that would limit Trump's power on trade. Trump threatened to veto it. Some lawmakers are worried about the impact on farmers and businesses in their states. The problem is, Trump doesn't listen to anyone. He thinks he knows more than the generals, more than the economists, more than anyone. And that's a dangerous attitude when you're playing with fire, especially when that fire is a global trade war. Section 9, The Road Ahead. So what happens next? Nobody knows for sure. But one thing is certain, things are going to get worse before they get better. The tariffs are already hurting American families and businesses. And if Trump doesn't back down, we could be headed for a full-blown recession. Trump needs to stop this madness. He needs to listen to the experts, and he needs to start working with other countries instead of against them. The future of the global economy depends on it.